today, Wednesday Wisdom. Here we're going to be going into can everyone be a part of the Most High sheep? It's very important. You got a lot of our people that are stuck in John 3:16, Acts 2:21. You know, whosoever, right? Galatians 3:28. Whether Greek or Jew, everybody, Christ is in all. You know, but we're not going to go there, but we're going to go with the verses concerning the sheep of his pasture. So we're going to start out with the book of Colossians, chapter 3, and verse 17. Let's open up the word of Yah, Colossians 3 and verse 17.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17.
Right.
And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by him.
Right. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, any word that comes out of your mouth and the deeds that you do, remember that, you're doing them all in the name of Yahweh Shai. He came and died for us. The volume sounds different. Yahweh Shai came on that cross and died for us, always giving thanks to his Father also, Yahweh. Okay? So now, let's get Hosea 4, verse 1. Yeah, let's start out there. Let's get Hosea 4, verse 1. It's a very popular scripture that we like to use. The book of Hosea. The volume sounds a little bit different now. That's the sound that is clear.
You want it louder? Or?
Yeah, see if we go louder. 1, 2. Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. Hosea 4 and verse 1. Hosea 4 and 1. Yeah, that sounds better. There we go. Sounds a little muffled before. Hosea 4, verse 1.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1.
Read.
Hear the word of the Most High.
Right.
Ye children of Israel.
Right. We got to hear the word of the Most High, you children of Israel. Right? It's the book of Hosea. He's screaming out to the children of Israel, right? Through the word of the Most High. Read.
For the Most High hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
Right. The Most High has a controversy with the inhabitants of his land. Read.
Because there is no truth.
There's no who?
There is no truth.
There's no what?
There is no truth.
There's no truth. Read.
Nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land.
Right, and that's the true statement right there. There's no truth. A lot of people say, well, you got your truth, I got my truth. They got the truth with the capital T, truth with the lowercase t. That doesn't make any sense. There's only can be one truth, right? That's the law and the statute and commandments. That's the truth, right? Our Lord and Savior, Mashiach Yahweh Shai, that is his name. That's the truth. He is the light of the world. That is the truth, right? He's coming back to save his people. That's the truth. We got to start looking at this book and analyzing what it's saying and who it's talking about. It's talking about the sheep, right? Yahweh Shai says he's not going to leave his sheep. He's coming back to gather the sheep together, right? So let's get the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24.
Right. So we're going into, a lot of our people think like John 3:16, that everybody's going to be all included. We all going to be walking hands across America, Rainbow Coalition, whoever, whosoever believe. You're going to come to find out that the Mashiach, he's here about the sheep and none else. Right?
But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
All right, hold on. Let's back up a little bit. Go to 22 and start there.
Verse 22.
Okay.
And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Adawan, thou son of David.
Right, that son of David. She know lineage, right? Read on.
My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil.
Right, read on.
But he answered her not a word.
Right, so he turned him back. He didn't answer anything. Read.
And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she crieth after us.
Right.
But he answered and said,
What did he say?
I am not sent.
I am not who?
I am not sent.
He said, I'm not sent.
But unto the lost sheep.
Unto the lost who?
Lost sheep.
Right.
Of the house of Israel.
Right. So he said, I am not sent, but unto that lost sheep of the house of Israel. He's not sent on to everyone else. A lot of our people, we misunderstand John 3:16. We misunderstand Acts 2:21. Right? Those are very misunderstood scriptures. Okay? He said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Why? Because the sheep has been scattered. Right? It's been scattered because of our disobedience. So the Most High, through his son Yahushua, is gathering the sheep together. All right, read on. No, drop that. Give me Matthew 10 now. 10 verse 5.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 5.
Okay.
These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying,
What did he say?
Go not into the way of the Gentiles.
Right. So it says, go not into the way of the Gentiles. Read.
And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
What did he say?
But go rather.
So he's telling them, hold on. So when you say go rather, don't go that way. Rather means go a different way. Right? Don't enter into that city, right? But go rather to where?
To the lost sheep.
To the lost who?
The lost sheep.
You see that? It's keep going back to the sheep. Who is the lost sheep? Read.
Of the house of Israel.
No, the house of Japanese.
Of the house of Israel.
For the house of the Chinese.
House of Israel.
So there are many nations out there. I can name a whole bunch of them. But he's saying what? But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel and tell them what? Verse 7.
And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Right. Why he ain't going to tell the Gentiles that? That the kingdom of heaven was at hand. Right? Now, he does go and preach amongst the Gentiles now. Don't get it twisted. Right? Because our people are swallowed up among the Gentiles. That's what the scriptures tell us. We are amongst the Gentiles. When we go out there right now, we don't just teach. We don't just go out there and just, hey, you're Israelite, come in. We teach everybody. We teach out in the open. And whoever come up, we deal with them. He said, my sheep will hear my voice, and they will hearken. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to teach you about the sheep of the Most High. Stay in Matthews. Give me Matthews 25. The book of Matthews 25 and 31.
The book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 31.
Okay.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
All right. So when the Son of Man, Hamashiach Yahushua, shall come in his glory, what's going to happen?
And all the holy angels.
So the holy angels is coming with him too. Read.
With him. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Right. Then he's going to sit upon on the throne of his glory. When the angels come back, they're going to be, in obedience to Hamashiach Yahushua. Right? And the 144,000 ruling government. The angels are going to listen to him. Okay? When he's sitting in his glory. What is going to happen?
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
No, some of the nations.
All nations.
So now you Japanese, Chinese, you African, whatever nation you coming out of, whatever nation you repping, in this generation, everybody's repping something. A lot of our people not even repping a nation. They repping a zip code or area code. I'm 954. I'm 718. I'm 786. I'm 305. I'm 202. I'm 212. I'm 718. We're repping an area code. A lot of our people are confused in these last days. Read on. Read that again.
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
Right.
And he shall separate
He shall do. Wait a minute. He shall do what?
And he shall separate.
So the Mashiach, he's going to separate us, right, from all the other nations. Read.
Them, one from another.
One from another. Read.
As a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
Right, as a shepherd, he's a shepherd, divided his sheep from the goats. And Mashiach, Yahushua is the shepherd. Read.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand.
Right, he shall set the sheep on his right hand. Read.
But the goats.
But the goats.
On the left.
But the who?
But the goats.
Right, he said, but the goats, he's going to put them on the left. Why is that? Why is he going to put the goats on the left? Okay. Why the goats on the left? Let's see if he's going to tell us later on. Read on.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand,
right?
Come, ye blessed of my father.
Mm-hmm.
Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Right. So now he said, then shall the king say unto them on his right hand. So he already told him, move the sheep over to the right hand. He said, listen, the kingdom is for you. You're going to be blessed. All these nations running around here talking about they blessed, right? They blessed now in this kingdom, but when Christ's kingdom come, Yahushua kingdom, they're not going to be blessed. Right? They're gonna be blessed with work. Continuous work. Read.
For I was an hungered, and ye gave me meat.
Right.
I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink.
Right. Read.
I was a stranger, and ye took me in.
Right. So this is the Yahushua in this parable saying what? His servants, his sheep, kept the flock together. They taught. When he was hunger, right? When the Israelite was hunger, right? We fed the Israelite, right? When he was at thirst, we took care of him. We gave him something to drink, right? When he was a stranger, he took me in. What's this going into? Yahushua is telling, using a parable, showing that what? The sheep took care of each other, right? Read on.
Naked, and ye clothed me.
Right.
I was sick, and ye visited me.
Okay.
I was in prison, and ye came unto me.
Read.
Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Adawan, when saw we thee an hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink?
Right.
When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them,
What? Read.
Verily, I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto the one of the least
right.
of these, my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
Right. So all of that, he said, all the clothing that you looked out from, all the prison he was in, you came and visit him, right? You was a stranger and you took him on. He had no clothes, you clothed him. He was thirsty, you gave him something to drink. He said, every time we do that to one another, we doing it for him. Okay? That's what we have to understand. We have the prison ministry. We go on Tuesdays, right? From 7 to 9. But this is what the Mashiach wants us to do. Okay? Every time you go into that prison ministry and you go out there and teach one of our brothers and wake him up into this word, you went into the prison and see the Mashiach Yahushua. This is what he's saying right here. So what? We got to keep pushing. It's a lot of work for us to do. Right? And there's a flip side to this, right? Okay? Read.
Verse 41.
Let's see what happened.
Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand.
Right. So he said unto them on the left-hand side. Okay. So who's on the left? And we go back up and we analyze and we read like 32. He said, before him shall he gather all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as the shepherd divided the sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left hand. So the nations, they were on the left hand side. Okay, but those of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahweh Shai, his flock, his sheep, was where? On the right hand side. And we went to the prison houses and we did all these things. Now let's see what these people who claim that they're Christian, they're Seventh-day Adventists, all these other nations who come up with these religions and try to get us to do that. Let's see what the Mashiach said about them. 41.
Depart from me, ye cursed.
Right.
Into everlasting fire.
Right.
Prepared for the devil and his angel.
Right. He said, you, then shall he say unto you, them that are on the left, right? Those goats, right? Y'all gonna be finished. Prepared for the devil. Everlasting fire, right? And his angels. Read.
For I was an hungered.
Right. For Israel, we was hungry. What happened?
And ye gave me no meat.
Right. You never fed us, right? You charged us extra money and you gave us bad meat. Read.
I was thirsty.
Right.
And ye gave me no drink.
Right. Israel, again, the other nations, right? You came, we were thirsty, and what did you do? You give us Hawaiian punch. You know, and that your stuff ain't no damn good. Right? It's got high fructose corn syrup. A lot of us got diabetes and high blood pressure from all these different things that you're giving us, right? So you're not really feeding us, right? You're destroying us, read.
I was a stranger.
Right? We were a stranger here.
And ye took me not in.
Right?
Naked.
Okay.
And ye clothed me not.
Right. Naked and clothed me not. You sell us clothes, but they bad clothes. You sell us cheap clothes. And while you wear the top name brand. Okay? The top material. Right?
Sick. And in prison.
Right. And you never come visit us in prison, except you think we might have a lawsuit or something. Right? Right?
And ye visited me not.
Right. And you come visit Israel not. Right?
Then shall they also answer him, saying, Adawan,
right?
When saw we thee in hunger, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee?
Right.
Then shall he answer them, saying,
what did he answer them saying?
Verily, I say unto you, inasmuch as he did it not to one of the least of these, he did it not to me. Right.
So you didn't do it to the least of one of Hamashiach sheep, which is us as the Hebrews, the 12 tribes and nation of Israel. If you didn't do it to the least of us, if anything you're trying to do, you're always trying to put us down. Okay. Read on.
And these shall go away into everlasting punishment. But the righteous.
The who?
But the righteous.
But the righteous, right?
Into life eternal.
Right. But the righteous, we going into eternal life. Right? Because those that believe in him shall receive eternal life. Right? Talking about the children of Israel. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of the Most High is eternal life through who? Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. We're not going to be holding hands with the other nations, hands across America, Jesse Jackson, the Rainbow Coalition. This is not what Christ is talking about. This is not what our Messiah is talking about, Yahweh Shai. He's talking about redeeming the nation of Israel and the other nations that have to suffer the wickedness that what they have done to the nation of Israel. Okay? Give me 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 17.
Right.
Wherefore, come out from among them.
Come out from among who?
Them.
Right. So Most High is telling us, come out from among them. Read.
And be ye separate.
And be ye who?
Separate.
We got to be separate. That's holy, means set apart. We should not be holding hands with these nations. We should be making marriages with them. Right? Because at the end of the day, when the Most High come down with his judgment, if you join hand in hand, you're going to receive the judgment too. Right?
Saith the other one.
Okay.
And touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
Right. He said, touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. Read.
And will be a father unto you.
Okay.
And ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Most High Almighty.
Right. And we're going to be his sons and daughters, right? If we separate ourselves. Now, some of us have gone and separated ourselves and truly left and moved on to Zion. Hey, if you can truly do that and separate from Esau and not every day you got to be dealing with him, that's wonderful. But if you can't and you hear, scripture say that we be at peace with all men. Okay? But that don't mean you need to be going out having long drinks with Esau and all the other nations doing all kind of wickedness. Because they're going to drag you down into their world. Give me Numbers 9 and 2. The scriptures tell us to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this words, because there is no light in them. We got to go from the Old and the New Testament.
The book of Numbers, chapter 9, verse 2.
Okay.
Let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at his appointed season in the 14th day of this month.
Okay.
At even. Ye shall keep it in his appointed season, according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof, shall ye keep it. Right.
So this was a statute and a law that Israel had to do. We had to keep the Passover. Okay. We just kept the Passover. Hallelujah. Right. So we just kept the Passover. So in that separation, you being separate from the other nations, you can't go to the Passover talking about, I'm bringing Bob from work to the Passover. You going off. Keep Bob or whoever, Sally, at the job. Deal with them at the job, at the workplace. Listen, we trying to gather the sheep because that's why the Mashiach said, go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel and preach to them what? The kingdom of the Most High is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Give me Psalms 95, verse 7. Give me Psalms 95, verse 7. We're still going to go into a few scriptures concerning the sheep.
The book of Psalms, chapter 95, verse 7.
Okay.
For he is our power, and we are the people of his pasture.
Hold on a second. That's Psalm 95?
Khan. Verse 7, right? Khan?
Verse 7. Yeah, read that again. Sorry, select.
Psalms, chapter 95, verse 7. For he is our power.
Right, for he is our power. Read.
And we are the people of his pasture.
Right, and we are the people of his pasture. Read.
And the sheep.
And the who?
And the sheep.
And the what?
And the sheep.
And the sheep. Read.
Of his hand.
Right.
Today, if you will hear his voice.
Right. If you hear his voice, you'll be a part of the sheep. Okay? Or else you might be shifted to the left with the goats. You don't want to be over there. You want to be a part of the Mashiach, the Most High sheep, you better hear his voice. And you better be an Israelite. Because that's who the sheep are. The sheep are the Hebrews of this Bible. Give me Psalms 103.
Psalms, chapter 100, verse 3.
Right.
Know ye that the Most High, he is power?
He is what?
He is power.
Read again.
Know ye that the Most High, he is power.
Right.
It is he that have made us.
Right.
And not we ourselves.
Right. We didn't make ourselves. The Most High made us. Read.
We are the people. We are his people.
Right.
And the sheep of his pasture.
You see that? We are the sheep of his pasture. You can't grab the other nations and grab them in here talking about we're the sheep. Oh yeah, they're part of the sheep. They believe in him. You can't do that. You can't mesh the two. Psalms 100, verse 3. Read it again.
Psalms, chapter 100, verse 3.
Right?
Know ye that the Most High, He is power?
Right, He's the power. That don't you know that who's the power? Yahweh's the power. Don't you know that Yahweh's the power? Read.
It is He that have made us.
Right, He made us. He made the children of Israel, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the 12 tribes, the nation of Israel. Read.
And not we ourselves.
Right, we didn't make ourselves. We're not talking about, hey, I'm king, I'm Lord, I'm God. I made myself. My father made me. He was God. My mother's a God. Now I'm a God. Now you're dealing with polytheism, right? That's that. We're dealing with doctrines now. We were made by the Father, our Heavenly Father. We became a nation with Jacob, right? Read.
We are His people.
Okay.
And the sheep of His pasture.
Right. He says we are His people, His possessive pronoun, His people, belonging to. We belong to Him. He said we are His people and the sheep of His pasture. So who's the sheep? Is Israel the sheep? Is the Japanese the sheep? Is Moab the sheep? Is Ammon a sheep? Huh? Is Ishmael a sheep? No. The only sheep are the Hebrews. Only the Israelites. They are the sheep of His pasture. I'm gonna prove it again. Give me this I didn't write down, but give me Ezekiel 35. Or I think it's 35. Give me Ezekiel.
Ezekiel 34.
34 and 31.
Con.
Right. Let's see this about that one.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 31.
Check that out.
And ye my flock.
And ye my flock, right?
The flock of my pasture.
Right.
Are men.
Who?
Are men.
Right. So the flock of His pasture are men, read.
And I am your power, saith the Most High.
Right. He said, I am the Most High. I'm your power. I'm the flock. He said the flock is the men. Right? Because the Most High is raising up men. Right? Not transgender. The Most High is not raising up homosexuality. He's not raising up that. He's raising up men who's going to stand, cry, and sign in the last days. Right? That's what the Most High is raising up. Not some of our people who've been indoctrinated by John 3:16. Who don't know the meaning of John 3:16. Who don't know the understanding of John 3:16. And Acts 2 and 21 and in Galatians 3 and 28. They're Greek or Jew, Christ is in all in all. Right? They lack understanding of the scriptures. Okay? Go back. Give me Jeremiah 23 and 1. Give me the book of Jeremiah 23 and 1.
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1.
Hold on, let me get it. Jeremiah 23. As you notice, people online or the people that are in the classroom, we go through a lot of scriptures. We go pretty fast. So if you have a pen and paper, please, write down these scriptures because it's very important. Okay? And when you go out there in the world, a lot of people are going to tell you that the Most High sheep is everybody. It's whosoever that believe in Him. Yeah, they're going to tell you, oh, the sheep, that's whoever believe in Him. But we went through many scriptures just now, and the sheep is only talking about the children of Israel. Okay? Read that. Jeremiah 23, verse 1.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1.
Okay.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Most High.
Right. So the Most High is saying, woe. What does woe mean? Destruction. Woe unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Most High. He doesn't like that when you scatter the sheep, because the sheep is Israel. He don't want the sheep scattered. Let me prove that. Give me I didn't write that one down. It's all right. All right, I got it. Give me Matthews 8 and 11. Hold this where you at. Give me the book of Matthew real quick.
The book of Matthew, chapter 8, verse 11.
Hold on, that may not be it. Check it. No, it's not. It's Matthew 18 and 11.
The book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 11.
Okay.
For the Son of Man is come to save that which was lost.
Right, so if the sheep is scattered, right? The sheep is scattered. The Son of Man is coming to what? To save that which is lost. Read.
How think ye, if a man have 100 sheep?
Right. Yatazakah, he got 100 sheep. Read.
And one of them be gone astray.
And one of them he leave off and go somewhere. You lose them in the dust somewhere. Read.
Doeth he not leave the 99 and goeth into the mountains and seeketh that which is gone astray?
Right. Don't you think you're going to say, oh man, wait a minute. The 99 is good. They're sold in. But the one, he got away. He went astray. It could have been a doctrine. A lot of times our men, they get puffed up and they think they know everything. You know, they have all the scriptures. I know all the scriptures. Yeah, they get puffed up and next thing you know, you don't see them no more sitting in the chair. We got to go after the sheep. We got 99 sitting up in here. We got that one that went away. We have to go and get him. That's what Christ is telling us. That's what Yahushua is telling us. Read.
And if so be that he find it, verily I say unto you, he that rejoiceth more of that sheep than of the 99 which went not astray.
Right. So he'll rejoice over the one sheep he had to go get. Whether it be in West Palm Beach, Martin County, Vero Beach, you know what I mean? If it be somewhere, Orlando, Jacksonville, if we knew one of the sheep went up there and it went astray, we got to go up there and go get him. Brother, where you at? The 99 is good here. We have to go and get that sheep. Because this is what Christ is telling us to do. This is what Yahushua is telling us to do. If you're a follower of Yahushua, if you're saying, like a lot of our people in the world saying they're Christ-like, they follow Christ, then why are you not doing the things that Christ do? Why are you not following after him? Christ never kept Easter. He never kept Thanksgiving. And he never kept Christmas. So why are we following after these things of this world? The scriptures tell us not to follow a multitude to do evil. And our people is doing it. People are rallying, no justice, no peace. They're not going to get no peace. They're not going to get no justice from this kingdom. This kingdom doesn't care for you. They want you to suffer, and they're still doing the nonsense that they've been doing when they had us in captivity in Africa. Okay? These women right now are pimping our young sons, turning them into transgenders. They're adopting these young black, young boys, telling them that they're females, make them put on a dress. Look at the Wayne's stepson or whatever, saying that he want to be a woman. What kind of mess is that? At 11 years old, 9, 10 years old, something is wrong. You need to take him to a psychiatrist. You need to put him on some medication. I don't know what you need to do. But that is not the answer, to embrace that nonsense. Okay? So when we got the 99 sheep here, we got to go and get that one sheep that leave. That is the will of Yah. If you're a follower of a Mashiach Yahushua, if you're a Mashiachim, you need to go get that sheep. Go back to Jeremiah.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Right, so woe unto these pastors who's teaching John 3:16. God loves everybody. He came and died and to save everybody. Woe unto them. who's teaching Acts 2 and 21. Whosoever believe. Destruction. Galatians 3 and 28. Greek or Jew. Christ is in all. That's destruction. You're teaching a doctrine that the Messiah never taught when he was on this earth. You misunderstand. You err not knowing the scriptures. The reason why he said those things is because we will swallow up among the Gentiles, right? We will sometimes call Gentiles in the scriptures. But what? We are the nation and the true tribes of the children of Israel. Give me Jeremiah 50 and verse 6. The book of Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 6. You can start at 5.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 6.
You can start at 5.
Verse 5. They shall ask the way to Zion, with their faces thitherward, saying, Come, and let us join ourselves to the Most High in a perpetual covenant,
Right.
that shall not be forgotten.
Read.
My people.
My who?
My people.
My who?
My people.
He said, my people, possessive pronoun, my people, read.
Have been lost sheep.
Has been lost what?
Lost sheep.
Right. The Most High said his people has been lost sheep, man. And why they lost? Because the pastors are scattering the sheep. It's very simple. You look at the church system today, it's packed, full of our women. Our women pack the churches. There's very few men in those Sunday churches. And they're giving up their money. They make the women are making more money than the men these days. Right? And what they doing with the money? They're giving up the money to Pastor Johnson, Pastor Tony. Oh, Pastor Tony, preach. I love you. They'll listen to Pastor Tony and you won't come home and won't listen to a damn thing you say. You say, hey, listen, I'm your husband. You're supposed to listen to me. They'll say, listen, I ain't listening to you because Pastor told me this is what I need to do. I need to give up my tithes and offering and my free will offering. All these offerings, the building, the school fund offering, right? They're building something for the children. They got all these offerings in it, all these offices open. You can't even come home and get a hot meal. You eating a hot pocket, but the pastor eating steak. Something wrong with that. Right. You seen that picture of the lady with the Fendi on? You know that dress costs a lot of money. Fendi. Yeah. Read.
Their shepherds have caused them to go astray.
Right. The shepherds, the pastor is the shepherd. He's a shepherd over the flock. He's making them go astray. Read.
They have turned them away on the mountains.
Okay.
They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
Right. So they've turned them away on the mountains. Right. They've gone to different organizations, governments. Right. And they've been turned away on every hill. They have forgotten their resting place. Where's our resting place? Home, Jerusalem, which is above is free, which is the mother of us all. That's our resting place. We're not going to get no rest over here. Not in America. If you think you're going to get some rest, if you're getting rest, something is wrong. Because we're being attacked every single day. Just knowing that the rich white woman could go out there and damn take your child and turn him into a damn homo. You know, that's the new thing. The new thing now is like turning these children into transgender. And people get mad when we say we call a white man the devil. You got to be of Satan to go and take a child, a male child, and make him a female child. And then, I don't know if anybody's seen that video that we had on the WhatsApp. The video on the WhatsApp, how they do the transgender operation. You think a Negro came up with that idea? Esau. You know it's Esau. I see one dude had it done and then he said he want to go back. Well, are you serious? That's crazy, man. They're destroying, they're scattering the sheep. Who the sheep is? It's Israel. None else. Jump down to 17.
Verse 17. Israel is a scattered sheep.
Hey, I didn't say that. That's what the Bible said. Israel is what?
A scattered sheep.
There it is again. Israel is a scattered sheep. Read.
The lions have driven him away.
Right.
First, the king of Assyria had devoured him.
Okay.
And last, this Nebuchadnezzar,
Right.
king of Babylon, had broken his bones.
Right. So these nations that rule over us, they scatter us. They don't allow us to worship our king. Now America has what? Freedom of religion. So what? They don't bother us when we are tucked away, right? In some secluded area, and we're just preaching our God. But let us go out there, put a big menorah on the back of the building, you know what I mean? Tell them that we're the real Jews, and the other Jews is fake, and they need to give up the right. You know, if we start going on like that, they're going to make a big thing about it. And that's what they're doing now. They're saying that we racist and all kind of different things. But the real racism comes with power. We're not in power. I can go out on the street and say the white man's the devil too. I'm blue in the face. Won't mean nothing. Right? But if what? If Don King or somebody or LeBron James get out there and say the white man's the devil, now we're going to have a problem. Because he got money. He got power. You know? And when he speaks, the people listen. So he go out there, LeBron James, and say, listen, the white man's the devil. Forget about it. He will never be able to play for the Lakers or any other team ever again. Unless he go back and apologize and then take a bunch of pictures with a bunch of white people. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't mean to say it. It just slipped out of my mouth. And he would regret it for the rest of his life, because now he would say he can't feed his children. Like all that money he got, he can't feed his children. These people, I know, they cry about money, but they make all this money and they're still crying about money. I still don't get it.
The richest people be the cheapest.
Yeah, the richest people. That's why they stay rich. You know, this says 70% of the people that hit the lotto go broke. Yeah, because they said they were working and they couldn't even manage $30,000 a year. How you gonna manage $400 million? So Esau know already you're gonna lose the money, so he'd be happy to give it to a Negro. Give Negro $400 million, and Negro will be happy, jumping up and down. He said, oh man, all we gotta do is show him some rims, some nice cars. He's gonna make Cadillac the #1 dealer. Because we're gonna give it right back to him. You never hear Israelite hitting a lot of $400 million. We have schools all over the place, you know what I mean? There'll be camps everywhere. That's where it should be. Big rally, we rent out Yankee Stadium, have one big Passover, you know what I mean? Something, you know what I mean? These guys are not trying to do anything with the money except feed their own belly. Give me, we were just in Ezekiel, but go back there, Ezekiel 34:11. I got 34:11. Book of Ezekiel 34.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 11.
Yeah, hold on for a second. Let me see. Read that.
For thus saith the Most High Power.
Right? Not me. Thus saith the Most High Power. Read.
Behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and search them out.
Right? So the Most High, he said, I'm going to search for the sheep and search them out. Read.
As a shepherd seeketh out his flock.
Okay.
In the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places.
You deliver them where?
Out of all places.
So Mashiach is going to come, the Most High is going to come deliver us out of all places. Read.
Where they have been scattered.
Right. Read.
In the cloudy and dark day.
Right. So those cloudy and dark day come, when that end time come, the Most High is sending his chariots out to come search us out. And who's he looking for as he hovering over in the dark time? Who's he hovering for? Who's he looking for? Who? The sheep. That's what he's looking for, because they're scattered. We're all over the place. We're on the four corners of the earth. We everywhere, north, south, east, west. We're everywhere. You find Israel in the weirdest places. You know? You see some Eskimos up there, it's freezing, snowing. You see Israelite run by. Like, what the hell is he doing up there? You always got to have one speckle of pepper somewhere, right? Be a whole lot of salt, but one little speckle of pepper somewhere. A Negro might run by in the movie, like, now where did he come from? So we are scattered all over, but the Most High said, listen, he coming for the sheep. He are coming for the sheep. Give me, no, I don't want to read any more than that, because I got more scriptures here. Give me the, we was at Matthew 18 and 11, we did that. Mm-hmm. Give me Hebrews 13 and 17. Sure.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 17?
17, yeah, try.
17. Obey them that have rule over you.
Stop right there. So, read that again. Read it. Start at 17. That's good.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 17. Obey them that have rule over you.
Right.
And submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls.
Right. So he says, obey them that have rule over you. The elders, they have rule over you. If they're telling you not to do something, don't do it. Right? It's because they know better. Maybe they've been down this walk before. They see you going somewhere and say, no, it's not going to be good for you. Okay? He said, obey them that have rule over you. Submit yourselves, for they watch for your soul. And that's what the shepherd does. The shepherd watch for the sheep. Okay? Read on.
As they that must give accounts, that they may do it with joy.
Right. We do it with joy. When we see a brother look like he's going the wrong way, hey, no. Hold up. Don't do it like that. We do it with joy, man. We say, nah, don't do it like that. We already know. Because something maybe we went through, maybe someone else went through it. So we're watching over the flock. We're taking account for it because why? Your blood is going to be on our hands if something happens to you and we didn't warn you. Right?
And not with grief.
Right, not with grief.
For that is unprofitable for you.
Right, that's unprofitable for you. Read on.
Pray for us.
Do what?
Pray for us.
Right. When in your prayer, you should be praying for all Israel. We know 2/3 of Israel are going to be put to death. Right? But we still pray for all Israel to be redeemed out of this captivity because we will want to see the betterment of our people. We know they're in the world, they're in the Catholic Church, the Baptist Church, they're doing all kind of different wickedness. But we're still praying from all Israel, face Jerusalem, call on thy high holy name. I thought, redeem us out of this captivity. Now, read.
In all things.
Okay.
Where is that? Willing.
Read that again, 18.
Come on. Pray for us, for we trust we have a good conscience.
Okay.
In all things, willing to live honestly.
Right. We got to learn how to live honestly with each other. Read.
But I beseech you, the rather to do this, that I may be restored to you the sooner.
Okay.
Now the power of peace that brought again from the dead our Adawan Yahushai.
Right, he came back. Yahushai came back, right?
That great shepherd.
That great who?
That great shepherd.
Right, he was that great shepherd, read.
Of the sheep.
Okay.
Through the blood of the everlasting covenant.
Read.
Make you perfect.
Make you who?
Make you perfect.
Make us perfect. Read on.
In every good work to do his will. Working in you that which is well pleasing in his sight. Through Mashiach Yahushai, to whom be glory forever and ever.
Amen. That's right. So, make you perfect, right? Him dying on the cross, his blood, having an everlasting covenant, make you perfect in good work, to do his will. Working in you that which is well pleasing. keeping the law, the statute, commandments, serving Yahweh Shai. That's what this thing is all about. You worry about saving all the other nations. You can't be. How you gonna save the other nations? You can't even save yourself. You can't save yourself. I can't say, hey, listen, I got my seat up there. I ain't worried about it. Says Elder Marsha up there. I'm good. I ain't got to do no more work. I'm good. When I leave here, I'm going to sit in my seat, and I'm waiting on the Mashiach Yahweh Shai to sit in his seat in the glory, and I'm going to be sitting right next to him. I can't say that. I cannot say that. So I can't save myself. So why are you trying to save everyone else? Give me Matthew. That was it on that. Give me Matthew 7:15.
The book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 15.
Okay.
Beware.
Beware of what?
Of false prophets.
Beware of who?
False prophets.
Right.
Which come to you in sheep's clothing.
Right. So it says, beware of false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing. What clothing do the sheep wear? Fur? What sheep are we talking about here? When it says, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep clothing. What sheep are we talking about now? Speak up. Said the priest. I wouldn't say the priest. But I would say all Israel. Right? Because it says beware of false prophets. You don't have to be in the priesthood to be a prophet.
No, I mean like a priest. I mean like someone trying to teach you.
Oh, someone trying to teach you, right. But if someone trying to teach you, it says beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing. My question was, what clothing do the sheep wear? You don't know? All right then, what Israel wear? So they could come with you with fringes and border blue. That's right. Be a false prophet. A lot of us out there. There's a lot of them out there. They come and bring in all kind of doctrine, right? Mm-hmm. Guys say, that, the Holy Spirit said this. Oh, that was me. I'm the Holy Spirit. That's false doctrine. Right?
Say talk to God.
Right. So there's people out there with all kind of different things. They, what? They still wearing fringes and border blue. The sheep clothing. Right? Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing. Read.
But inwardly,
right?
They are ravening wolves.
So inwardly, meaning their spirit, are what?
Ravening wolves.
Right, a raving wolf. They are raving wolves. You know what? Looking to devour, to destroy. Okay? So I went here because all the other scriptures I went to were referring to the sheep being Israel. Okay? I went here because why? It's talking about the sheep again, but it's not talking about somebody dressed as sheep in sheep clothing. So let's get another sheep. Give me Matthew 12 and 11. Let's see what sheep this one's talking about. Matthew 12 verse 11.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 11.
Right.
And he said unto them,
right.
What man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep, and if it fall into a pit on the Sabbath day, will he not lay hold on it and lift it out?
Right. So that's a question. So now, what sheep are we talking about now? Huh? Right. Ain't talking about literally a sheep. If you got that one sheep, which serves a purpose for you, right, and your family, okay, and he fall in the ditch on the Sabbath day, question, are you going to go get him? Come on. Absolutely. You better go get him. You better not be over righteous, but you're going to be taken in the fall. That's what the scripture says. If you're over righteous, you'll be taken in the fall. That sheep fall in the ditch on the Sabbath day, you got to go in there and get him. Right?
How much then is a man better than a sheep.
Right, read.
Wherefore it is lawful.
Wherefore it is lawful, read.
To do well on the Sabbath.
Isn't it lawful to do good on the Sabbath day? That's a question. Is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath day? It's the Sabbath day. If you run into somebody, you're on your way to the Sabbath service, and somehow you look at their face, it look like they didn't lost their best friend, blah, blah, a whole bunch of things that happen to them. They're ready to spill their guts and lay everything out to you. You just grab hold of them, grab them up and say, yo, brother, I got you. You know what I mean? Maybe you might say a prayer with them. Hey, you want to come to the Sabbath service with me? That's doing good on the Sabbath. What are you going to tell them? Yo, I can't deal with you right now. It's a Sabbath. You got to do well on the Sabbath. Even the Mashiach, he even healed on the Sabbath. Read the next verse, I didn't write that one down, but that's okay. Read that.
Verse 13.
Okay.
Then saith he to the man.
Okay, what he said to the man?
Stretch forth thine hand.
Okay.
And he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole, like as the other.
Right. So the man, he had a hand, he was jacked up. Mashiach grabbed his hand and said, stretch forth thy hand. So what did he do? He healed them on the Sabbath because that was something well and good to do. The man running around, his hand all withered up. Maybe he probably had the arthritis, you know what I mean? It probably was worse than that, I'm sure it was. But, and he healed them. He was able to use that hand again. That hand was back, okay? So, we got to remember when we read in the scriptures, what's the sheep talking about? It could be a little sheep, an animal. It could be, like you said, beware of false prophets that wear sheep's clothing. So it wasn't talking about somebody walking around with fur on. So obviously the sheep clothing is talking about Israel is the sheep. We went over, I don't know how many scriptures proving that Israel is a sheep. Okay? So if they coming with sheep's clothing, these cats is coming with fringes and border of blue. They coming with mitres on and all that. False prophets. Okay? Give me the book of Daniel, chapter 8. Give me the book of Daniel. It's a Daniel the prophet. It's something else, man.
8 and what?
Why I have 8? Hold on a second. No, I have 8 and 15. Yeah, 8 and 15. 15 and 25, right?
Daniel 8,
8 and 15, right.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 15.
Okay.
And it came to pass, when I, even Daniel, had seen the vision, and sought for the meaning, then, behold, there stood before me as the appearance of a man. And I heard a man's voice between the banks of Ulai, which called and said, Gabriel, make this man to understand the vision.
Right, so Daniel's seeing the vision, man, and the angels is there before him, right? Read.
So he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid and fell upon my face.
You should be afraid. You see an angel, it ain't talking about them little white babies, right, with wings, right? You see on Valentine's Day. So the angel, man, angel's not a nice looking thing to look at. Oh, the angel's so beautiful. They got little white baby, they got the wings flying in the air, got a little bow and arrow on his hand, like they're gonna shoot you with a heart, you're gonna fall in love. That cat saw the angel, he fell asleep, about to give up the spirit. Yeah. Just like when the brother was riding the donkey, and the donkey saw the angel. He went and smacked that donkey said, I ain't going nowhere. That cat stand there with the sword in his hand. He saw the angel, said, I'm staying right here. Right? So obviously, when you see the angel, you know it's an angel. You see them little white babies, you need to rebuke that and wake up out of your dream. Read on.
But he said unto me, understand, O son of man, for at the time of the end shall be the vision.
Right, for at the time of the end shall be the vision. Daniel's reading about the end time. Okay, read.
Now, As he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face toward the ground. But he touched me and set me upright.
Okay.
And he said, Behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of the indignation. For at the time appointed, the end shall be. The ram which thou sawest,
Right.
having 2 horns,
So now he's talking about, he's seeing animals. He said the ram got 2 horns, read.
are the kings of Media and Persia.
Right. So he said the ram which sawest having 2 horns are the kings of what? Of Persia and Medes. So now he's talking about rulerships now. He's seeing the rulerships of the kings. He's seeing the kingdom. The kingdom of what? The Persian and Medes captivity, right? Read.
And the rough goat.
And the rough who?
Goats.
So when the Mashiach say he's going to put the goat to the left, what are you talking about? He's not talking about Israel. He said, and the what?
Rough goats.
Read.
Is the king of Grecia.
Right, which is the king of Grecia. So who is he talking about? Epiphanes. I'm going to prove it. Read on.
And the great horn,
right,
that is between his eyes is the first king.
Read.
Now, that being broken, whereas 4 stood up for it, 4 kingdoms,
right,
shall stand up out of the nation.
Right. Now we're talking about animals, relating the animals to what? Nations. So now when you read the scripture, you go through all these things. The sheep is this, the sheep could be that, the sheep could be Israel, right? The sheep could be literally a sheep that fall in the ditch, you gotta go and get them out, right? Or it could be a false prophet wearing sheep clothing. Okay, so we gotta make sure that when we're reading and we're doing our studying, that we know exactly what it's talking about. So now he's talking about another different animals, the rough goat, the rams, with the 2 horns, Persia and Medes. Those are captivity that we were in, right? Under Persia and Medes. And then the rough goat, which is Grecia, which is who? We don't go into it, but go ahead, read.
But not in his power.
Okay.
And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance,
okay,
and understanding dark sentences shall stand up.
Right, so this king is going to stand up, right? And he's going to who that king is, read.
And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power.
Right.
And he shall destroy wonderfully.
Okay.
And shall prosper.
Right.
And practice and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people.
Who are the holy people? Speak up.
Israel.
Right. So these people are Grecia, right? The rough goat, the Medes and the Persians, right? Right? They're going into the different kingdoms. They what? They're destroying the holy people. How? Read on.
And through his policy.
And through his what?
Policy.
This is another curse that fall upon us. We fall victim of the policies of America. Right? You driving in a car and the person that's in your car, you know, if you don't have no insurance on your car, if you don't have an insurance policy on your car, and you get into an accident, what's gonna happen? Now the people looking to sue you, right? Esau is putting their policies, all kind of policies on us to do what? To oppress us. There's many policies. There's so many I can't even mention them all. I used to work for a major company, and they have they have thousands of policies. You can't do this. You can't do that. This is our policy. This is what we want. They use that policy to oppress us. Read.
And through his policy,
right,
also he shall cause craft to prosper.
You see that? Through his policies, he shall cause craft to prosper. Read.
In his hand.
In his hand, read.
And he shall magnify himself.
Right.
In his heart.
Read.
And by peace shall destroy many.
How many?
Many.
Many. Read.
He shall also stand up against the prince of princes.
Right. Who's the prince of princes? The prince of prince. Right. It will be Yahushua. Right. Read.
But he shall be broken without hand.
Right. And his time gonna come. We're gonna be broken without hand. Give me Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 10. Let's find out who that king is. First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 10. If you have your apocrypha, it'll be chapter 1. First Maccabees chapter 1.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root.
A wicked what?
A wicked root.
Okay.
Antiochus.
Antiochus. Go ahead.
Surname Epiphanes.
Right. See? That's what Daniel was talking about in chapter 8, verse 21. When he's talking about that rough gold. Right. Read.
Antiochus the king.
Okay.
Who had been in hostage at Rome. And he reigned in 137th year.
Okay.
Of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Kingdom of who?
Greeks.
Of the Greeks. Read.
In those days, when they're out of Israel, wicked men.
Right. So don't think that Israel was all sweet and everything. We got some wicked brothers out there. Wicked men, right? Read.
Who persuaded many, saying,
what do they say?
Let us go.
Okay.
And make a covenant with the heathen.
Aren't they saying that now when they read in John 3:16? Everybody's all together, rainbow coalition, on their side, brother. Yeah, come. Right. Let us come, what he said? And make a covenant. What's a covenant? Right. It's a contract, right? An agreement. Read.
That are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Okay, read on.
So this device pleased them well.
Right, so this device pleased them well. Read on.
Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
Right, so the heathen is giving the children of Israel license to do the wickedness. The children of Israel, they should already know the Most High is not dealing with transgender, homosexuality. If you sacrificing swine's flesh, the Most High is not dealing with that. But they say, you know what? Let's go see what they say about it. What do you think about eating pork? Oh, we got some pork. You want some pork? We got it over here. We got the pineapples on it. We got some honey on it. It's all good. Right? And that's just something simple. That could be. Right now, this transgender thing is this thing is on the chopping block right now. It's the hottest topic right now. That these women of Esau are going out there getting young boys and wanting to change them into women. Okay. So. It was a story a brother put on a WhatsApp where Esau, she went to Africa, South Africa, and tried to adopt the child. And then when she went to adopt the child, South Africans told her no. No, you can't do it. And she got a lot of money. She's an actor. She got money, big house and everything. They told her no. When she came to America, they gave her a little boy. Hey, here you go. South Africans, they already knew what time it was. What she want with them? What she want with this little black boy? As soon as she got him over here in America, switched him out. Cat's wearing a dress and all kinds, his hair done, all kinds of foolishness. Right? But America was willing to give it over. Why? Because this is the kingdom of Greece we living in. Read on.
Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem.
Right, they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem. What's that talking about? Read.
According to the customs of the heathen.
Right, they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen. What's that talking about? Right. They build places like, like football stadium. Right? We'll get our people caught up in that. Because our people, we think that when we join the football team, now we made it out the hood. We're going to make $1 million and hey, we're going to move out. And a lot of times when years ago, I don't know if they're still doing it now, but I know years ago, they was real strict on when you became a star in the NFL that you should marry a white woman. They actually made sure that you got with a white woman. You couldn't get with no black woman. And if you did have a black woman, somehow they put a white woman in there and try to make it seem like you and the girl has something going on, then your girl, she leave you. Now you stuck with a damn Sally or Becky, and she told me she's going to give you the world. Right? So years ago, they used to do that. It was pumping that. But now, now you see now, probably they're not really pushing it like that. For the NFL, you said they're going for the college students now? Yeah. So, they pushing this thing. They don't want the so-called African American community to actually get together and get wealth and live a prosperous life. They don't want that. They want Becky to get with you, and then you have some children and mix up the children, and then it's like Esau sorting their seed with you, and you don't ever know who they are. The children come out, they look like who the hell know, Raggedy Ann and Andy, right? You don't know who the hell these children are, who they belong to. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the other thing the person put on the WhatsApp, where these people, and you can look at them and tell that maybe the mother was Esau and the father is Jake. You know what I mean? That the lady came next door and was cursing them out. It's on WhatsApp. The lady came next door and was cursing them out and calling them all kind of racial names. Her and the husband. And if you look at these children, I mean they're older, you know what I mean, but you can look at them and tell that they got some Jake blood in them. You know what I mean? Through the hair and the face, the tinted skin. It's not all like white like Esau. And they was over there just cursing them out, calling them all kind of niggas and everything. Got in their face. Yeah. Racism is alive, man. It's not going nowhere. And now that we reached this 400 years in this captivity, Esau is stepping up the game, man. Oh, yeah. Because he know that his time is coming to an end. Read on.
According to the custom of the heathen.
Read.
And made themselves uncircumcised.
They made themselves what?
Uncircumcised.
I always misunderstood this verse. How you make yourself uncircumcised? Man. I used to be wondering, like, wait a minute. The circumcision when they take the skin off. What, they put the skin back on? It's like that guy said, can I go into my mother's womb to be born again? It's almost the same. Nicodemus. It's almost the same thing. So no, you're not putting the skin back on. No, they're breaking the law and the statute and commandments. And that's how you uncircumcise yourself. Like, stop coming here. When you stop coming here and you go back out there into the world, you uncircumcise yourself. The circumcision meaning you're the chosen. That's the circumcision. That you're keeping the law, statute, commandment, and you're here. You're the chosen. When you uncircumcise yourself is when you stop serving Yah. When you stop and you go back out there in the world. He said that's like a dog turning to his vomit. Read.
And forsook the holy covenant.
Right, you see, they forsook the holy covenant. Read.
And joined themselves to the heathens.
They joined themselves to the heathens to do what?
And were sold to do mischief.
Right, they were sold to do mischief. They were sold to do wickedness on a high level. Our people is always looking for an easy way out of something. That's why you think Esau makes these foods like Hot Pocket. I don't eat that crap. I don't eat no Hot Pocket, none of that stuff. Nothing quick, you gotta warm up. If I'm gonna eat something, I'm gonna eat some chicken, I'm gonna eat some rice, I'm gonna eat some vegetables. I'm not going to Wendy's, I'm not gonna get a burger, I'm not eating none of that. Esau makes these fast places because of Israel. If Israel stopped eating fast food right now, this place will shut down. Those processed food and stuff like that, those chicken sandwiches have like 900 grams of sodium in there. That thing will run your blood pressure through the ceiling. A lot of people don't know that. The bun from the patty alone is very sweet. Spike your blood sugar up. It's got high fructose corn syrup in it, so as soon as you eat it and you desire to have more of it. That's why people keep going. We keep buying that stuff. And they make it like that because why? They put our women to work 9 to 5, right? Or 9 to 7, or 12 to 8. So now when you get off work, you're exhausted. You're not going to go in the kitchen and be seasoned, putting season on the chicken and everything. All right, be ready in about 2 hours. Put the chicken in the oven, you're making rice and vegetables. You're not doing all that stuff. What's the fast way to do? Man, hold on a second. Let me get you McDonald's. What do you want? Give me a quarter pounder. You just found out the quarter pounder. They just made it now as 100% beef. So what was it before? Dog mess? What are our people eating, man? And nobody questions it. Nobody says, well, damn, what was it before? Nobody, let me write to the McDonald's organization, corporate office. Okay, if it wasn't 100% beef, then what the hell was it? What were you feeding me for the past 25 years? Nobody questions that. They say, oh, now it's 100% beef. Okay, I'm going to buy it now. I'm going to buy it more now. So this is what our people did, right? But at the end of the day, the Most High, he's going to say he's going to come in that dark, when it's a dark night in the cloud, and he's going to come do what? He's going to come get his sheep. Who's the sheep of the Most High's pasture? Israel. Khan?
Khan.
All right. Drop that. Give me St. John. Let me see. Let me see St. John chapter 10, verse 5. I'm sorry, 10. It's 10 and 1. Yeah, start at 10 and 1. Yeah. Salakia. 10 verse 1.
The book of St. John, chapter 10, verse 1.
Read.
Verily, verily, I say unto you.
Okay, what do you say?
He that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold,
okay,
but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
Right. You got to go to the Most High, man. You got to go to the Mashiach. It's a sheepfold, man. You can't go around and say like some of these pastors, these people be going in the church. They think they're going to pay tithes and pay all this money and they're going to be delivered into the kingdom. It ain't going down like that. You're going to have to suffer some things first, man. We're going to have to go through the wilderness. We have to go through a lot of things before we reach this kingdom. It's going to be a lot of steps. And a lot of our people ain't going to make it to the wilderness because we're so wicked. In the wilderness, he said he's going to bring out the rod of correction. He's going to deal with us then and purge out the rebels. The rebels ain't going to the kingdom. It's not going down like that, right?
But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep.
Right, he that entereth by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. Read on.
To him the porter openeth,
mm-hmm.
and the sheep hear his voice.
And the sheep hear what?
His voice.
You see that? As we go out in the streets and we try to gather the sheep, when you know you gather one of the Most High sheep, is when he's standing there and he's listening. And then next week he's in the Shabbat class. The sheep here, he's one of the sheep. He heard the voice. Not my voice, but he heard the voice of the scriptures. He heard the word come out. Right?
And he calleth his own sheep by name.
Okay.
And leadeth them out.
Right?
And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them. And the sheep follow him.
And the sheep do what?
Follow him.
You see that? It says the sheep follow him. He said, my sheep hears my voice, and then they're going to do what? They're going to follow me. So the things that Yahushua did, we're going to follow him. We're going to do that. Read.
For they know his voice.
They know his voice. Read on.
And a stranger will they not follow.
Right. We're not going to follow a stranger. You're not going to follow him because you don't know his voice. Read.
But will flee from him.
Right.
For they know not the voice of strangers.
Right. They know not the voice of strangers. Read on.
This parable spake Yahushua unto them, but they understood not.
Right. They didn't understand that. Read on.
What things they were which he spake unto them.
Read.
Then said Yahushua unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep.
You hear that? Yahushua say, I'm the door. You ever see that poster we have? It's that poster right there in the back, right there. If you look on that poster before we leave here today, you're going to read when it says it. This is the verse, St. John 10:7. It says, I am the door. That's what it says up there on there. Right? I'm the shepherd. All these names that Yahushua had. Okay? You got to go through him before you get to the Father, before you get to the kingdom. That's why we always say, Bahashem HaMashiach Yahushua, in the name of HaMashiach Yahushua, because we got to go through him. The sheep, we got to go through him. Don't worry about the other nations. They're on the left-hand side. Don't worry about the other nations. They're on the left-hand side. We need to raise our people up. We got to be selfish in these last days. That's what we got to be. Because years ago and even still now, we're not selfish. We want everybody in the kingdom. We want everybody holding hands across America, Rainbow Coalition. What about the white man? Every time we go out there and we read, we teach, what about the white man? Right? And then they say, well, what about you? Forget about him. What about you? What you got, huh?
No, I met an Israelite last week, now that you brought it up.
Yeah.
And he spoke to me, and one of the questions that he wanted to ask was, does God really hate white people?
Right. Okay. So it's like, does God really hate white people? What did he say about Esau? He said he hated Esau. You know what I mean? Because he chased, first of all, from the very beginning, okay, when the two was born. Then after, Esau tried to kill him. Try to kill Jacob. Then when you read on, throughout the whole scriptures, that's why the scriptures say Esau has a perpetual hatred toward the children of Israel. Because when you go through the history from the very beginning, when Jacob got that birthright, right? After that, Esau sought to kill him. And his mother had to tell Jacob, listen, you better get out of here. Because Esau was trying to kill you. And even when Jacob got built up and he got his family together and everything, he still was traveling. He had to cut through Esau's land. Esau told him to go around. It still was in battle. All throughout the scripture. That's why he said he has a perpetual hatred toward the children of Israel. That's not going to change. Trayvon Martin Luther King. Forget about that. Hamashiach Yahushua. Who put him on that cross? Esau. We turned him over. And we pay him for that. We pay him for that every day. But Esau put him on that cross and try to wash his hands of it. But it ain't going down like that. Mosai said, Mashiach said he coming back for the very same people that pierced him. Check that out. Read on.
Verse 8. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them.
Okay, read.
I am the door.
There it goes again. He said it again. I am the door. Read.
By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out, and find pasture.
Right. Mashiach said, I'm the door. You got to go through me, man. You have to go through me. Read on.
The thief cometh not, but for to steal.
Okay.
To kill.
You hear that? So the thief coming, but to steal and kill. I know when I was growing up, my mother used to say, if you lie, right? If you lie, you'll steal. And if you steal, you'll kill. Where did they get it from? Huh? That's probably the only thing they learned in the church. And John 3:16. That's about it. But every time you came home and you told a lie about something, right? They tell you that. But check this out. I like to tell my mother this. So why you tell me about Santa Claus? Right? Why you lie to me about Santa Claus then? See, that's why we teach our people that what? It's better to tell the truth. The truth shall make you free. Stop giving these children false, gods. Santa Claus. My granddaughter, because I'm the grandparent on one side, on the father's side, and then she has grandparents on the mother's side. You know what I mean? So they come home with their stuff. They try to come home with Easter baskets, all kind of foolishness, right? So my granddaughter lost her teeth, and she said, "I'm gonna put my tooth under the pillow for the tooth fairy to come." I said, "The tooth fairy don't live here." That's it. That's it. It was rough. It was rough for her because she lost another tooth a week later and put it in the box and put it under the pillow and put it in some. I gave her an envelope. I said, "Oh, you want something to put it in? Because I don't want you putting the teeth in the bed." So I gave her like a little envelope to put it in. Put it in this. She put it in there. She only for like 5 years old. Bang. Oh yeah, Abba, the tooth fairy coming. I said, "Oh yeah, keep waiting for him." Tooth fairy don't live here, and I tell her straight up with a straight face. You know what I mean? Stop the lying. Because you lying to them, and then you want to tell them to tell you the truth. You got to be honest with them. Now, there's certain things as a child you don't tell them. You know what I mean? Because, they're children. They're not ready to what? To obtain that. Their minds are not ready to obtain certain things. Okay? Like sexuality. 5 and 6 years old, you should not be talking to them about sex. That should be the furthest thing from their mind. ABC, 1, 2, 3, and the colors. And tying your shoelaces. And being obedient to your parents or your grandparents. These are the things that they should be learning. Not coming out talking about transgender at 8 and 9 and 10 years old. Somebody is indoctrinating their mind. Because Esau said, if you get them before 8, if you get them after 8, it's too late. So you got to get them before 8. So that's why they're coming out with 9, 10, and 11 years old. They're talking about they transgender or they gay. I like women. I want to be a woman. I don't think nobody could ever say that to me living in my house. And not at that age. A male child or my grandson come up to me and say, "Papa, Moshe, I want to be a woman. Let me help you out. Let me help you out." I get a mirror. Go in that room and find a dress and a skirt. Do your thing. And he come out with the dress and skirt on, and I'm right there with the belt. Right. And I'll beat him right in front of the mirror. And I'm gonna whoop him until he never put those clothes on again. That's right. It's an abomination. You are wicked and you're gonna be put to death by God. That's it. You gotta do it now. The scripture says while they're young. You gotta do it while they're young. But what? These people out there, they are embracing it. Yeah. They pushing them to do it.
It's a profane fornicator.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Read on that.
Verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal,
Okay.
and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
Okay.
I am the good shepherd.
There you go. What he said?
I am the good shepherd.
There you go again. When we leave here, we're going to look at that poster right there. He said, I was the door. Then he said, I'm the good shepherd. These are all names that Yahweh shot. And they're using animals' names. Shepherd. Sheep. Okay? Just showing you that, hey, the Mashiach, he said he's a good shepherd. And he's going to gather the sheep. And if he got 99 sold in and one goes straight, he's going to get that one. Right?
The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
Right, you see that? The good shepherd giving his life for the sheep. He went on that cross to die for the sheep. For the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He ain't going on that cross for no other nation. All of those are lies, or the understanding of or the misunderstanding of John 3:16, right? Which is really the mark of the beast. That understanding that you thinking everybody's gonna be holding hands across America. It's all about us being all together. It's not about that. He said he's gonna separate what? The sheep on his right hand, and who he's gonna put on the left? The ghosts, the other nations, the wicked, whatever. They're gonna be over there. Read on.
But he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming.
Right, go ahead.
And leaveth the sheep, and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep.
You see that? Those that claim to be the shepherd, when the wolf comes, they don't warn them. I'm like, oh man, I gotta get out of here. Well, you got them sheep. I got some more over here. That's what our pastors do. When the wolf come, right? They gone. You don't see them. He said, woe unto them that scatter the sheep of his pasture. When the wolf comes, they don't give them no warning. Wait.
Verse 13. The hireling fleeth, because he is an hireling, and careth not for the sheep. I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father. And I lay down my life
For who?
for the sheep.
For the world.
For the sheep.
For the Gentiles.
For the sheep.
For Moab.
For the sheep.
For Ammon.
For the sheep.
For Esau.
For the sheep.
The Mashiach Yahushua say he laid down his life for the sheep. Read.
And other sheep
Right?
I have, which are not of this fold.
Okay.
Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice.
Whoa, wait a minute. And he said, wait. He said, read that again one more time. Read that part. He said the other sheep.
St. John chapter 10, verse 16.
Read.
And other sheep
Okay, the other sheep, the other nations. Read. Let's see what we're talking about.
I have, which are not of this fold.
Right?
Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice.
Okay.
And there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
Right. Ephesians 2:11, real quick. Ephesians 2:11. What is he talking about? The other sheep. Right? Other that's not of this fold. Okay? Because at one point, what happened? We were separated. Northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Right? Read that Ephesians 2:11.
Ephesians chapter 2, verse 11.
Read.
Wherefore, remember that ye, being in time past, Gentiles.
You see that? Ye being Gentiles, read.
In the flesh.
Right?
Who are called uncircumcision.
Right?
By that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands.
Right. Now, earlier we were reading, how did we become uncircumcised? When we were reading in Maccabees 1 verse 10. When we joined ourselves with the heathen, we became uncircumcised. We became what? Gentiles. He said we became Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision. So the circumcision, the people that are in the fold with Christ, they called those people that uncircumcise themselves uncircumcision. Okay? They were the uncircumcision. They were the Gentiles that are speaking about in the scriptures. So when he said in 16, he said, and the other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. He's going back to what? Gathering the sheep that went astray. The sheep that made themselves uncircumcised by doing what? by joining themselves to the heathen. Christ is going to be, Yahweh Shai is going to be that one shepherd, right? Read on in Ephesians.
That at that time,
right?
You were without Hamashiach.
You see that? We were without the Mashiach, but we still the sheep. Khan? We were without the Mashiach, but we still the sheep. Read.
Being aliens.
Being aliens. We ain't talking about green people with one eye, right? But being aliens, being like a stranger. Read.
From the commonwealth of Israel.
Right. What's the commonwealth of Israel? That what? We gonna come back and receive the glorious King. He's going to come redeem us. That's the commonwealth of Israel. Being all together as one. Right?
And strangers.
Strangers, right?
From the covenants of promise.
Read on.
Having no hope and without the Most High in the world.
Right, drop that. Go back. Let's finish it off here. 9:25. Tell me, sorry. Oh. 9:30 something. I started around 7:40, so we'll finish in the next 10 minutes. Okay. So go back to 10 and 16. St. John 10 and 16.
St. John chapter 10 verse 16.
Okay.
And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold.
See, he's talking about that, those sheep. Those ones who uncircumcised themselves went off. We got to get them back now. You see, I'm on. Yeah. We was at 2:11. So yeah, we was at 2:11. So we want to make sure that when Christ was saying that the sheep that's not of this fold right here, those sheep he still has to go and get and bring them to the fold so that he can be the shepherd over that one sheep. Right? He doesn't want us to be scattered. He wants us to be gathered together. Okay, read on. And we had St. John chapter 10 and 16. Just finished 16. Read 17.
And one shepherd.
Okay, read that. Right.
Therefore doeth my Father love me.
Okay.
Because I laid down my life, that I might take it again.
Right. He said, therefore doeth my Father love me, because he laid down his life, my life, that I might take it again. He was given that power. He could have rained fire down from heaven and burn everybody up. He didn't have to go through what he went through. But he went through because why? He was that lamb without blemish. So he had to go through that. Okay, that's what you have to understand. He had to go through it. You think he wanted to go on that cross? Man, he didn't say after eating the supper, eating the lamb, he said, drinking the wine, he said, all right, I gotta go, must suffer this thing. You think he was like, all right, I gotta go do this thing, like he was showing off or something? Right, he didn't want to go at all. I don't know, nobody want to go up there and be crucified. You know, you got a death wish or something. You suicidal. Now, Mashiach wasn't suicidal. He didn't want to go up there. But he knew that he was that lamb without blemish. He had to go up there to suffer for Israel. Okay, read.
No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself.
Right.
I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again.
Well, you see that? Mashiach said, I got the power to lay it down and take it again. He can do it whenever time he wants. Read.
This commandment have I received of my Father.
So he received that of his Father. Read on.
There was a division, therefore, again among the Jews for these sayings.
Read.
And many of them said, he hath a devil and is mad. Why hear ye him?
Right. They say they calling him the devil. You hear that? Yeah. This guy is about to suffer, go on the cross, die for the nation. Even for those people, even for the wicked. He going up for the whole nation. He ain't going up for the righteous, for the certain Israelites. He said, I'm going to do it for Jeremiah, Isaiah, you know. He going to suffer for the whole nation. And they still call him a devil. Read.
Others said, these are not the words of him that have a devil.
Right, so they still go for him. Some of them say, these are not the words of him that have a devil. Read.
Can a devil open the eyes of the blind?
Check that out. Can the devil open the eyes of the blind? Read.
And it was at Jerusalem,
right?
the feast of the dedication.
Okay.
And it was winter.
And it was what?
Winter.
Right. So this is very important. This is a very important holiday we have. They said it was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication. What is it talking about? The Hanukkah. Some people call it Hanukkah. Right? And what season was it? It was winter. So you make sure you're in your right season, right? Read.
And Yahushua walked in the temple in Solomon's porch.
Right. So a lot of our people claim that they are, followers of Yahushua. Right? They say, well, I'm Christian-like. Especially when you're in the Sunday church. I'm Christian-like. I heard one girl tell me, I'm a Christianite. I said, wow, you're a Christianite. That sounds deep. You know what I mean? I'm a Christianite. I'm like, okay. You follow Christ. So where were you in the Feast of Dedication in the wintertime? I ain't seen you. Was you running around with a red and white hat on with mistletoe over your head? Huh? You going off. You are not of the flock. You are not of the fold. You are not of the sheep. You have now uncircumcised yourself. Trust me, every time you do wicked stuff like that, it's like you put a Mashiach on the cross a second time. That's what the scriptures tell us. It's like you putting them back up there again, crucify them a second time. That's wicked. Read.
Then came the Jews round about him and said unto him, how long doest thou make us to doubt? If thou be Hamashiach, tell us plainly.
What did he say after that?
Yahushua answered them, I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me.
Right. He ain't had to come out and just say, yeah, I'm son of the Most High. He's giving me the spirit and the power to kill, give me the power to do this, give me the power to do that. That's only just coming out and saying it. He said, no, I'm not doing that. You know who I am. Right? But they playing silly. Okay? Read.
But ye believe not.
Right. Now you're going to say you believe not. He just told you. I told you that ye believe not the works that I do in my Father's name. They bear witness of me. He doing the works of his Father. Read on.
Because ye are not of my sheep.
Read on.
As I said unto you, my sheep hear my voice.
Say it again.
My sheep hear my voice.
Say it one more time.
My sheep hear my voice.
Again, my sheep, which is the children of Israel, hear my voice. Read.
And I know them.
Right.
And they follow me.
Right. And we follow the Mashiach Yahushua. Read on.
My Father, which gave them me, is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand.
Right. Read.
I and my Father are one.
He said, I and my Father are one. So what he said, what is one in Hebrew? God. Me and my Father are one. So that's why he said, well, everything I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of who I am. Because I'm doing the will of my Father, which is in heaven. He never takes the credit. He never takes the credit. He said, good. Oh, you're a good master. He said, don't call me good. There's only one good. That's Yahweh. He never took the credit. Last verse, Matthew 13:25.
The book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 25.
Right.
But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat,
Right.
and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also.
Right.
So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in
Right.
thy
Didn't you
field?
sow good seed? Read.
From whence then hath it tares?
Okay. Read.
He said unto them, An enemy hath done this.
Right.
The servants said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up?
Right? What Yahweh shall say?
But he said, Nay,
Right?
lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them.
Right? So what do you say?
Let both grow together.
Let them both grow together. Read.
Until the harvest.
Right?
And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers.
Who's the reapers? Who's the reapers? I'm one. All right, go ahead.
Gather ye together. First the tares.
Okay.
And bind them in bundles.
Okay.
To burn them.
To do what to them?
To burn them.
To burn them. Read.
But gather the wheat into my barn.
Right. But gather the wheat into my barn. So what are you talking about here? This parable. Go ahead, I'm a one. I know you want. Go ahead. Stand up. Go ahead. Bring it home.
Is it when we have Israelites who's under debate, like they're Israel or not, then we go with us and let the spirit go with us in our spirit?
Right. So the wheat and the tears is talking about us and the nations. We're gonna be grown up together, but what in the harvest, he's gonna pick out the wheat. Like you said, the angels, they're gonna come and reap Israel, right? The shepherd's gonna come and gather Israel, and they're gonna take the tears and get rid of that. Okay? So what? In these last days, what I'm bringing out, in these last days, we all living here together. We living amongst all the nations. Okay? We're gonna prophesy what the Most High told us to do. We're gonna prophesy against their wicked acts. Okay? We're gonna prophesy against the wicked acts of our own people also. Okay? But the scriptures tell us, be at peace with all men until that day come, until that day of harvest, till when Hamashiach Yahushai come and do what? Separate the wheat from the tears. Very simple. That time is going to come, and we'll be out of here, and they will have to deal. They'll be in the bundle and be burned because they're doing wicked acts. Mark 13:13, last scripture.
The book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 13.
Right.
And ye shall be hated of all men.
Right.
For my name's sake.
Right. We're going to be hated for all men for what? For his name's sake. Why? Because we prophesied against Christmas, the 4th of July, the dirty Easter, and the bunny. The bunny don't lay eggs, right? Christmas, right? Thanksgiving, right? We prophesied against all these wicked, paganistic holidays. We're going to be hated. This is what the Mashiach wanted us to do. When you look at Peter and Timothy and all his disciples, they were not loved by many. They were loved by few. These guys were persecuted. A lot of these guys was hung upside down. They and John the Baptist, these guys endured a severe death. You know what I mean? Until the end. Obviously, they didn't want to hear what they had to say. Israel is going to be saved. They had to go amongst the Gentiles to do what? To teach them, because why? Israel sought his seed within other nations. And the only way we're going to know who's Israel or not, he said, my sheep will hear my voice and they will hearken. That's the only way. We can't look at a guy and look at his skin color and say, oh, he's not part of us. Because Most High gave us the confusion of faces, so we don't know. But he'll know, because why? My sheep will hear my voice. And what did he say? What did Mashiach say? They will hearken. They will hearken. So we went through many scriptures today concerning the sheep. We even went into the kingdoms, the horns, the Persian and Medes, Grecia, Epiphanes, Alexander the Greek. He ruled 333 BC, and then he died and his sons took over. So we went through a lot of scriptures today concerning the sheep and things like that. So we have to understand that we have to read this Bible, get some true understanding. If you don't know, ask your elders. Okay? It's very important to know these scriptures, the sheep and everything, because Israel is the sheep. The wheat and the tears, Israel is the wheat. We're going to be gathered up. At the end, we're going to be saved. If we want it. Some of our people love it here. They love it. They love this place. And it's going to be a repeat of history. Just like when Lot was leaving out and his wife. Leaving out of Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what? That woman looked back and turned into a pillar of salt. You got to remember, when it's time for us to get out of here, ain't no looking back. Con? You can't look back. There's nothing here. I don't care if your mama here, your sister here, your wife here, your daughter's here, your children here. When it's time to go, when Mashiach come down his glory and say, yo, Mashiach, I'm getting you out of here, my eyes going to be pinned on him. Wham! I'm going to have what Kodak say, tunnel vision. Right? I'm going to have tunnel vision on a Mashiach Yahushua. I'm going to be here with him. And he said, let's go. And I'm going to say, I'm going. I'm going with you. You know what I mean? Later for, hey, my wife, my son, daughter, grandmother, I don't care who's back there. I'm out of here. If you want to look back, that's on you. That's why you got to look at this thing. Because at the end of the day, it's seek ye your own salvation with fear and trembling. That's what he said. So that's why I don't understand these last days. Are people saying, what about the white man? How can you say, what about the white man? And what about yourself? What about trying to save you? You got to first get yourself in the fold among the sheep. Then you can get your wife. Then you can get your children. Then you can work on them. If your child go away, if he out of the 99, your child run away, you can go out there and go get him. But if you're not set in what you believe in, then how can you go and save someone else? When you're on the plane, what's the first thing they tell you? The masks come down. Both masks come down. Who mask you put on first? You put yours on first. Self-preservation. You got to save you first before you can save the person next to you. So that's what the Mashiach is saying, man. We gotta be strong in our faith. Strong in what we believe in. Then we try to reach out there and gather our sheep. Con? All right. I hope we got some understanding in this class. Tomorrow is a soldiers class, and we're going to be going into different things with the soldiers class. I believe we're going to be doing Mitri tying tomorrow. People got to learn how to tie the Mitri, you know what I mean? Including myself. So, with me in there, I mess it up once in a while and look like I might be in a car accident, but, you know, I'm going to get it right. Con? All right. So, as we say in Jerusalem, Madyam Wapanya Hakwadam. Rise and face the east. Hallelujah. 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 Who's the power? Who's the power? Bahashem? Bahashem? Abi Yahweh, please hear our prayer and receive our supplication. Please send the righteous angels to encamp around us, Abi Yahweh, our Father, by Shalamah Shaki Yahushai. Please send the righteous angels to encamp around us that we get home safely. Because we know Satan seeking who he may devour, knowing that he only have a short time left in his kingdom. So send the righteous angels to make sure that we get home safely, Abi Yahweh. And please hear our prayer and receive our supplication. Psalms 133 and Lashwan Kodash. Shiar, Ramagwath, Ladawat, Hana, Ma, Tawab, Raman, Nayam, Shabbat, Akim, Gam, Yakat, Kashaman, Hatwab, Ayel, Harash, Yarad, Ayel, Azakwan, Zakwan, Haharan, Shayarad, Ayel, Payah, Madawaktawa, Kato, Karaman, Shayarad, Ayel, Harayah, Taziwan, Kaya, Sham, Taziwa, Yahweh, As, Abiyakad, Kayayam, Walam, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahushai, Thawada, Thanyad, Haman. With the Most High hand. Thawada for everyone coming out for the Wednesday Wisdom. We started late. but we finish on time. You know, that's a good thing. You know, all praise go out to Prophet Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because truly His mercy endure forever. I know usually we say who's online. I don't know. We still do that. Shout outs online. Who's online? Oh, Bayath is online. Bayath Kazak. Strong House is in the house. All right. Miss L13. Shalom.
Glory Nation.
Glory Nation. Hallelujah. Josephine. Okay. Oh, Josephina. All right. Hallelujah. Shalom.
Bully.
Okay. Bully.
Yeah.
Okay. Shalom, Bully.
KBG.
KBG. Oh, okay. Change it around. Using KGB, but KBG. Hallelujah. Shalom, bro.
Nia Young.
Nia Young. Shalom.
Shirley.
Shalom. That's all right. All praises to the Prophet Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're gonna close it out. Shalom, Israel, with water for logging on LOZ. This is Marshall, and we hope to see you again Friday evening. Shalom, Israel.